Oh wait, this one killed me.
Looks like a take on modern culture in GTA 6.
This one is so funny to me because there's nothing more real than this. Okay, I was in the middle of gaming, but I forgot that we got to do Gunter Gusto posts. For those who don't know, Gunter Gusto is my $5 monthly subscription, so you can do that on YouTube or you can do it on Patreon, and then I'll make a weekly post and then proceed to read whatever comments that my $5 donos leave, or my $5 members leave, that I will put before a YouTube video, which you are watching now. Here's the, I'm kind of behind on these, so I apologize. From Hot Take Andy, don't forget to tell Alexa, thank my driver, when you get your Amazon order. It helps us a lot, and rumor has it, a transphobe will get hit by a bus. Very cool, love that, listen to that, do the thing that he said to do. Okay, next. Don't let the boys who stormed Normandy roll over in their graves because we were quiet when the Nazis are getting loud again. And then a US flag. Beautiful. True. Okay, so crap, did my last one get read? It just did. Okay, we got that one. All right. And then finally, Hot Take Andy says, when are you bringing back the nurse questions? I really enjoyed them. So, for those who don't know, I used to do community questions, like, or a community post where I would ask nursing questions. So I would like ask a question that would be on a nursing test, and then I would give you a multiple choice answer to pick from. I used to do those a lot. I will try to do some more. I just have not had the inspiration very much recently. But now that we've got a bunch of new members, it could be interesting. So I may or may not get back to it. No, I won't make any promises. But thank you very much, Hot Take Andy, for bringing it up again. I'm glad you enjoyed them. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the video. So we finally have a trailer for GTA 6. It's crazy, people are going nuts over it, but not everybody. Some people really, really don't like it. Mostly people on the conservative side of the aisle who hate things that are fun and interesting. So, from what I've seen, their main issues with it seem to be that there are black people in it. They often, like, criticize the... Like, there was that Elon Musk thing, the Elon Musk tweet. Elon Musk added a GTA 6 button? What? Why? Interesting. Where's his tweet? Here it is. Yes. A list of games I've not played, GTA's 1 through 6. Elon Musk replies, tried, but I didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it, you know? What a pussy, man. But yeah, they're trying to use this excuse that it's like unsightly, or like it's demonstrable of the denigration of like Western values or whatever bullshit. So I found this video by Moon, who is a known, I don't know if they're like far right, but they're certainly part of the alt-right pipeline. And I haven't watched a video from Moon in a while, so I figured with almost 1 million views, this would be a good one to go over. So let's see what the hell is going on with GTA 6.
There's one big question on people's minds. After over a decade since GTA...
Yeah, he already did criminal things IRL, good point. Imagine how many people he's had assassinated, Christ.
What does Rockstar have in store this time? The bar couldn't possibly be higher. Thanks to its massive release and its online economy, GTA 5 is probably the highest grossing piece of media of all time.
Never has there been an opening like this in the entertainment industry. This week, Grand Theft Auto 5 pulled in $1 billion in sales in 3 days. No movie or music release has ever come close to that.
I'm here for Grand Theft Auto 5!
Hell yeah!
Reaching over $6 billion, a figure that Rockstar would be lucky to match the next time round. But with a reported development budget between $1 and $2 billion alone for GTA 6, people will be expecting the world. Most of all, people are going to be looking for something that builds on what GTA 5 did so well. The sheer scale of the game was one of the things that really blew people away. The way the world seemed so alive and the heist missions were dazzling spectacles which acted like mini finales. The story and the characters were incredibly well done, if a little all over the place. You could definitely tell that each plot point had at least 50 writers working on it, but that didn't stop the dialogue from being snappy and the characters from being some of the funniest and most interesting we've seen in a long while.
From what I remember of the main plot, it actually, like the story, the main story is actually pretty good. I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember some things. Trevor, the, not hillbilly, I guess he's kind of a hillbilly. That gruff looking dude. I always remember, my favorite thing is the little conversations they put in when they're like driving from one point to another. And my favorite conversation in that whole game is when Trevor is getting reamed by, not reamed, he's been made fun of by the main guy. I can't remember his name, the main character, the dad. But you're playing as the dad and Trevor's driving next to you. Or is it Travis? Doesn't matter. Travis. And this guy is saying to Travis, he's like leading into the point that Travis is a hipster. And Travis is like, I hate hipsters. I'm not a hipster. And then this dude's like, okay, dude, but like, if you didn't care, you wouldn't be so flagrant about not caring. Like, you got the wife beater and the bad hair and you smell bad. Like, this is all very clearly something that you're doing on purpose to get a rise out of people so that you're a hipster, dude. I just thought that was so funny. Anyway.
Wow. At the end of the day, any game where you can steal the blimp has at least something going for it. What cemented it all together though were the mechanics of the game. Everything from the driving, the flying, the combat mechanics, it all worked pretty much perfectly. A massive step up over the previous games in the series. If any of these elements were subpar, it would have ruined the entire game. If the driving felt clunky or stiff, then it would have turned all the long drives into a chore rather than a welcome change of pace. Instead, the time you spend driving just seems to disappear. And this focus on the core mechanics actually being fun over and over again is what's missing from so many games today. But for GTA, it was what enabled Rockstar to turn it into a massively successful MMO that's been running for nearly a decade straight. If Rockstar doesn't get these essentials right for GTA 6, then it might turn out as one of the biggest blunders.
From what I remember of Moon videos, he'll usually start off with some good points. He has a very professional output, obviously, as you can see, it's well edited, whatever. He's a good narrator. But then it very quickly turns into like tinfoil hat shit. So it's not interesting yet, but we'll get there.
Of all time, but it's unlikely. So then what do we know about the game so far? Well, speculation about GTA 6 has been going on for years and years now, but it wasn't until 2020 that we learned anything concrete. Even that was part of a leak from the company. In a Kotaku report, insiders at the studio said it was still a ways away, but they did have some details even at such an early point. Rockstar has, and still is, infamous for their culture of crunch and overworking their developers. Anyone who's played Red Dead Redemption 2 will know the sheer amount of time that must have gone into each tiny detail. So to try and ease the burden, sources of the company said the game would be limited in scope at first, but expand over time as new content gets added. Although whether this is just an excuse for Rockstar to repackage paid DLC is another story. Other than that though, details were scant. It wasn't until last year that we really learned some of the details. 5 months after Rockstar officially announced it was coming out, Bloomberg released a report on some of the upcoming game's main features. We learned that the game would originally start off in Miami.
It looks
a fact
insane.
that was later all but confirmed when development footage was leaked.
Like, listen, I'm not a big graphics nerd. Like, I don't generally care how good your graphics are in your game. The main thing, and I stand by this, the main thing is I want it to be fun, right? But you gotta admit, this is insanely good graphics. Like, not even just graphics, but like the color and just like, it looks like a place that you want to be. You know what I mean? It's insanely well done. Like, just a phenomenal trailer. Regardless of what you think of Rockstar, just objectively good.
It wasn't long before people took some of the buildings they saw and matched them exactly to some of Miami's real-life structures. One detail though was that while the map was going to be smaller than usual, we would have far more indoor locations. Rockstar games have always been more focused on immersion in a real world, so this will be a welcome change. On top of this, the game was confirmed to have 2 protagonists, 1 male and 1 female. Maybe a step back from the 3 main characters of GTA 5, but still interesting. Not many people base their judgments about a game on the amount of protagonists anyway, but a few months later and there would be a much larger leak, showing footage from the unfinished game, raw code, and even some voice acting from scenes in the game. Lots of it was scrapped by Rockstar shortly afterwards, although what was seen confirmed some early reports about the game. And the leaker actually turned out to be a 17-year-old from Britain who had hacked into Rockstar with a Fire TV stick in a hotel room connected to his mobile phone.
By the way, just so you guys know, hacking is like figuring out a password and then getting in. Like, it's really not usually that difficult if you know who to talk to and like what to get out of them. I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing in the world, but like all you need is a password to hack. That's it.
And it wouldn't be all that surprising if a similar character ended up in the game itself. But outside of the confirmed details, we can make a lot of pretty strong predictions based on both what Rockstar's done with their previous games as well as a little common sense. But before we continue, I want to talk about a video sponsor. Have you ever Googled? There will almost certainly be an online side of the game, most likely separate from the single player. GTA's online shark cards and microtransaction kept the company afloat for a decade, promising perpetual income for very little effort in comparison. Their effectiveness is most likely a large part of why we haven't gotten GTA 6 sooner. Rockstar were pretty much releasing a game every year before GTA Online came out. Since then, we've seen just one major release in a decade. Another thing we can almost certainly expect is a focus on satire. GTA 5 was full of it, as were the other games in the franchise, but today it's going to be a bit trickier. Past 10 years have seen real life support as well the other games in the franchise, but today it's going to be
Grand Theft Auto 6 could go woke, cry about it. Let's go. Here we go.
A bit trickier. Past 10
This
years
is what I
has seen
wanted.
real life surpass fiction.
The real world is now ridiculous, more ridiculous than GTA 6 could ever hope to satirize. What's left for GTA to make fun of when everything is already so stupid? Let's go.
Absurd and comical it is.
Let's go.
Things we laughed at yesterday are normal today. And so it's hard to imagine how Rockstar and the legions of writers will come up with anything more
like what? Like what, man? Give me an example. He knows he can't because he's gonna sound racist or homophobic.
In the news. Could Life Invader from GTA 5 really be renamed into something dumber?
I thought he just put another ad for a second. I'm like, no, come on.
The meta? Or could they come up with anything more redundant than X? How could they even approach how insane and over-the-top modern politics is today? Judging by what we saw in the last game though, there's a few obvious paths they could take. Two characters from GTA 5 that seem so much more relevant now are Michael's two children, Jimmy and Tracy.
Oh, no.
Jimmy is the stereotypical gamer. He's a toxic man-child, unaware of how awkward he is, while also blaming everyone around him for the fact he spends all day smoking and playing games. If they did
honestly, same. I used to hate this guy and now I empathize with him.
letting enough already,
except for that tiny monitor, dude. Dude, look at all this shit in your room. Get another monitor. And why is it square? Lame. Never mind.
He's literally got the word entitled tattooed on his neck. Tracy is on the other side of the coin. A stereotypical blonde airhead. She goes through life entirely obsessed with status, image, and her own popularity. She throws tantrums, is even more spoiled than her brother, and she's painfully naive. This was Rockstar.
Hold on, more spoiled than her brother. Now that's just you being a misogynist prick. Her brother is insanely spoiled. In fact, I'll even go a step further. At least she's out there doing something with her life. She's trying to make her name a known, like she's trying to make herself a Instagram model. That's still something. What is her brother doing? Just sitting there like getting stoned off his ass playing video games all day. They literally say it in the show. Like she's an entitled piece of shit, don't get me wrong. But at least she's trying something, you know? She is not more spoiled than he is. Holy shit. She only acts more spoiled. Dumbass.
Over the top but disturbingly accurate portrayal of teenagers at the time the game came out. And today nothing's really changed, except that these people grew up and now they're the ones setting the example and guiding social media for everyone younger than them. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that began with people like these characters. And so you can be sure that Rockstar's gonna roast the hell out of them. The Jimmys and Tracys of yesterday are the influencers of today. The most entitled, degenerate people making the most money of all, considering how blatant and clearly greedy some influencers are. Every week, like clockwork, there's another controversy about some influencer pushing some awful product, usually a scam, whilst failing to hide how stupid they think their audience is. Just look at one of Pokemon's most recent scandals, trying to sell $28 cookies, then insulting the people who call her out on it.
Yeah, this was shitty, but like also, first of all, there's nothing wrong with selling those cookies at that price, except for the fact that it's a ridiculous price point for a package of cookies. That's understandable to criticize her on. And it's also understandable to criticize her on the fact that she said what she did about her audience. Like, that was disgusting. I don't know why that came out of Pokemon's mouth. I'm hoping it was just a weak moment for her, like a gamer moment. But that's not really a scandal. That's just her being a piece of shit, like for a brief moment in time. There are so many other people who've done so much worse things that you could point out.
By saying they're just poor and stupid. Cookies that are just an obvious rebrand of some other, more cheaper cookie. Let alone all the crypto scams that influencers like Logan.
Wait, no. You're lying. They also added vitamin D to it, okay? It's not, it is basically a ripoff of another cookie. Like, let's be real.
Push. Equally likely though is Rockstar making fun of both the Sims, calling these people queen unironically.
So Ruby Rose is a very popular individual right now, and she posted this on Twitter today.
Moisty.
I ran into my #1 spender on OnlyFans, and we are blessed with 2 magnificent pictures here.
Oh wait, I heard about this. My brothers told me about this last night. I still need to watch this video.
On the left, it is Ruby Rose
He spent like $50,000 on her or some shit.
Posing with her
insane
#1 piggy bank dumper. Now let's turn our attention to Exhibit B and we can get the statistics. So he has been subscribed to her OnlyFans for a month and has spent a total of...
What is that music? For a second I thought I had Risk of Rain 2 open.
$62,000.
As well as the people spending their whole lives raging in comment sections. Often though, they're just the same people. GTA also excels at specifically deconstructing American culture as well. While lots of other shows, movies, and games do this, GTA does it in such a complete and direct way that it's unique. Every detail is...
Wait, did I miss something?
GTA also excels at specifically deconstructing American culture as well. While lots of other shows, movies, and games do this, GTA does it in such a complete and direct way that it's unique. Every detail is a masterclass in satirizing America. From the way the adverts on the radio sound, the ridiculous political campaigns...
He's right about this part.
It's uncanny how close they are to reality.
The same report says he allegedly used campaign money for a flashy Las Vegas holiday, a shopping spree at makeup store Sephora, and for payments to OnlyFans, a site known for adult entertainment. He's now facing 23 federal charges.
The satire is most visible though in the names Rockstar gives their fake companies. Facebook turns to Life Invader, Fox becomes Weasel News, and Goldman Sachs is renamed to Schlumberg Sachs. While they might be juvenile, these names are working on another level beyond crass humor. They're poking fun at the doublespeak way that companies name themselves, something that's ubiquitous today. Companies don't fire people anymore, they downsize or they restructure. Reductions in pay or the company's revenue becomes adjustments instead. What began as little more than stupid buzzwords in boardroom meetings has infected every layer of society. Today, companies are so terrified of the truth in their PR image that the names barely mean anything anymore. Facebook became Meta and Twitter turned into X. Both of the previous names actually meant something. Facebook actually was a book of faces in the beginning. Now they don't mean anything at all. Even company logos become bland and featureless. Just compare any big name brand's logo to what it was 10 years ago, nearly every time it's just a simplified geometric version of it. But with GTA...
Okay, yeah, but this is just like logo evolution. Like, I don't have a problem with this personally, because like if you can make your logo more recognizable, like the simpler it is, the better. Like in general, you know, people remember things in shapes, you know, very basic geometric shapes. So if you can make your logo that, they just learned that over time. You know, that's not them getting lazier or more boring or anything like that. That's just them learning good marketing.
What it was 10 years ago.
Nokia used to be a fish, really?
Nearly every time, it's just a simplified geometric version of it. But with GTA 6 said to be the most expensive AA game in history, it might be an issue for Rockstar to properly satirize these mega corporations. They are one now. It'll take a bit of the momentum out of every shot they take at corporate America, when they're a massive part of it. Although it might not be as big of a problem as people expect, after every GTA game, and for the entirety of GTA Online, you're invited to get straight back into the criminal grind. Whatever lessons the protagonists learn about how they should value their family, or get out while they still can, always fall away. If they actually landed, the game would just end. Instead, there's an irony in how the main character can finish the arc, become a complete person, learn all these core values about humanity, then get right back into murder and mayhem. Rockstar are the same. Their character's arc finished with GTA 5. It was the definitive GTA experience, and they became one of the largest gaming companies in the industry. But now they're back to it all over again, but bigger and better. Rockstar themselves are large enough to be satirized in the GTA game, if only they weren't the ones making it. This is just one example of the million different ways Rockstar could take on modern culture in GTA 6. There's literally a whole world of options for them.
Oh wait, this one killed me.
Rockstar could take on modern culture in GTA 6.
This one is so funny to me because there's nothing more real than this.
There's literally a whole world of options for them. Considering it's taking place in Miami, we're pretty much likely to see some SoundCloud rappers at the very least, and all the degenerate podcasters. But
what? Jesus Christ, man. How much more blatant can you get?
World of options for them.
Look at this.
Considering it's taking place in Miami, we're pretty much likely to see some SoundCloud rappers at the very least, and all the degenerate...
You gotta pause. You gotta fucking put this dude that I've never heard of when you say degenerate SoundCloud rappers. Christ, man. Wow. That comes off as a little bit racist to me, no? Like, I know that it's couched well enough that that won't tick the box, quote unquote, but like, come on.
Podcasters. But overall,
Christ.
the way Rockstar just cuts through the nonsense
and SoundCloud rappers is clearly a dog whistle.
Straight for the jugular is what makes GTA some of the best satire around. The only thing left to see is whether they can keep the ball rolling for GTA 6. These sorts of massive AAA releases only come along once in a while, and they're always a complete gamble. The more highly anticipated a game is, the bigger risk there is of a complete flop if it doesn't reach people's expectations. For gaming audiences especially, the reactions can be a little on the extreme side. Considering people have been waiting over a decade and the games have had more than $1 billion thrown at it, the possibilities are limitless.
Okay, I agreed. Let's see, here's the thing. I think I'm going to watch another one of these, but I'll still upload this. Because I think it's important to point this out, because Moon is very popular. I think that Moon, and granted I have not watched his content in a long time, but I think that Moon is first and foremost a game reviewer and a gamer himself. And so these videos are pretty well built for the most part. The thing is, like I said, he is still part of the alt-right pipeline just for gamers. So when you pull up his videos, he injects these little things like degenerate SoundCloud rappers, right? Even if most of the video, he's talking about valid things about the game, you know? But then you see this, and he says, degenerate podcaster, right? And it's like, you know what you're doing, dude. You know what you're doing. And then you get a quartering video, and then you get a like Ben Shapiro video, and then before you know it, you're just in it. This isn't quite what I was looking for, so I'll find one more to do, but I do still think this will be a fun upload, so Good, we'll do it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.